after Pentecost. The message Peter preached on Pentecost set the course for how most apostles and disciples would proclaim the gospel of the kingdom. Peter was the true founder of the Christian church. Paul carried the Christian message to the Gentiles, and Greek believers spread it across the entire Roman Empire. The tradition-bound Hebrews, as a people, rejected Jesus' message of God's fatherhood and the brotherhood of humanity. They also dismissed the preaching of Peter and Paul about the resurrection and ascension of Christ. But elsewhere in the Roman Empire, this new teaching took root, and the Christian church began to grow. The Western world, steeped in the benefits of Greek culture, had inherited a respected tradition from a glorious past. They could draw on a legacy of remarkable achievements in philosophy, art, literature, and political progress. Yet, despite all these accomplishments, they lacked a religion to guide their searching souls. Their spiritual longings remained unfulfilled. Into this Greek society, the teachings of Jesus, wrapped in the Christian message, burst forth. The hungry hearts of these Western peoples were offered a new kind of life. This created an immediate clash between old pagan religious practices and the new, Christianized version of Jesus' message to the world. Such a conflict could only end in either a decisive spiritual battle between the new and the old, or a gradual blending through compromises. History shows it was the latter. Compromises prevailed. Christianity tried to encompass so much at once that no single people could absorb it in just 1 or 2 generations. It went beyond Jesus' simple, spiritual call to the human soul. Early on, Christianity took bold stances on every aspect of life, like rituals, education, medicine, art, literature, law, government, morality, sexuality, polygamy, and even to a limited extent, slavery. It didn't just present itself as the new religion the Roman Empire and the East had been waiting for, but it emerged as a new order for human society. The energy unleashed by this rising Christianity raised the social and moral standard. Greek philosophy, infused with Jesus' ideals, was absorbed into Christianity, boldly challenging the traditions that shaped human order in those days. At first, Christianity won converts mainly from the lower social and economic classes. But by the early 2nd century, more affluent citizens of the Greco-Roman world began embracing this new Christian faith. Its fresh ideas about the purpose of life and the meaning of existence resonated deeply. How did this message, born in Judea and rejected there, so swiftly and effectively capture the finest minds of the Roman Empire? The triumph of Christianity over pagan superstitions, local gods, philosophical religions, and mystery cults came down to 4 key factors. Paul's organizational genius, carried forward by his successors with unrelenting drive. Christianity's embrace of the best elements of Greek philosophy and Hebrew theology. Above all, its bold new ideal, every soul is equal before God, which echoed Jesus' teaching of salvation for all humanity as expressed in Galatians. There is neither Jew nor Greek, slave nor free, male nor female, you are all one in Christ Jesus. The willingness of Christian leaders to make compromises, absorbing elements of Mithraism, a widespread Roman religion that was quickly Christianized. Later generations of Christian leaders continued making compromises, eventually winning over even the Roman Emperor Constantine. Christians cleverly adopted the ritual splendor of pagans while pressing them to accept the Greek version of Christianity. They struck a shrewder deal with pagans than with the Mithraic cult, emerging as more than victors by elevating morality and eradicating the gross immorality and questionable practices of the Persian mystery cult. Wise or not, early Christian leaders consciously compromised Jesus' ideals, perhaps to preserve and spread many of his ideas. And they succeeded to a great extent. But make no mistake, his uncompromised ideals still lie latent in the biblical Gospels, waiting to one day exert their full power in the world. Through these compromises, pagan elements crept into Christianity, and old rituals persisted in minor ways. Yet Christians prevailed in what mattered most. Human morality reached a higher level. A broader, richer concept of God was introduced to the world. The hope of immortality spread to all walks of life. Jesus of Nazareth became known far and wide. Many of the great truths Jesus taught were nearly lost in these early compromises, but they still slumber within this pagan-influenced Christianity. Over time, Christianity became more a moral standard than the vibrant message of the Son of Man, shifting focus to victory over death through the redemption of the cross. Christianity owes much to the Greeks. At the Council of Nicaea in 325, a courageous Greek named Athanasius boldly challenged the assembly, ensuring that Jesus' divine nature wasn't obscured. Without his eloquence and logic, the views of Arius might have prevailed in the Greco-Roman world, risking the loss of the true meaning of his bestowal for all time.